देखिए मेरे में चल रहा है।
जी सर।
रोटेट बैक
बट काबू कर पेंगे उसका
मैडम चाहिए थे उनका रिकॉर्ड करो
ही बीएचएस अगर हाँ
थोड़ा इसके थोड़ा मोड चेंज करिए इसमें। बस सही है ठीक है लीव इट हले पियो न हलण मैडम जी हले पियो
वेरीफाई मुझे यूट्यूब पे चेक कर फेसबुक पे चेक कर अच्छा
मां यूज़ ई न कंदो आहियां लिंक शेयर कयो लिंक शेयर हिन जो सभिनी सां शेयर कयो लिंक शेयर कयो तू भी ईंदे लोकल कैसे हो चक्कर है देखो जानो ना कैसे
सॼी हिते ई वेट
इनकी कमीशन चार्ज कर दो साहब धक्का पियण तो मां से कमीशन में चार्ज
हा
छाजो पूछा कयो
तुंहिंजी ॻाल्हि तुंहिंजी हले त ॿी ॻाल्हि बि हले
सब्सक्राइबर भी तुझा वधाईंदासीं व्यूज़ भी वधाईंदासीं
हा
सही है ऐं कमीशन तो ॾियणो पवंदो डिपार्टमेंट
इंशाल्लाह तो रहने तो सही वही शुक्र है सब चलिए है इन्हें जो कौन जो
लिंक शेयर कई
मुझसे करे जो फेसबुक जो
हाणे सरकारी के मोबाइल आहे न
जो सर मुझे वाली सरकारी
सरकारी करेक्टेशन सरकारी के
जी सर फिर चेक करो तो कल करके दे
हाँ यूज़ ही न करना है सरकारी वाले का यूज़ करता
सरकारी के लिंक शेयर
तेरी सरकारी के दे या थोड़े शेयर किए हैं तो तू चेक तो करना चेक तो करना कह रहा है फिर यहाँ चेक क्यों कौन है ऑफिशियल शेयर पे
बेटा हटाना भी मत
के दे यार नेट और ड्राम हुआ सोची
कुछ है तो मजी
ना बदल हो जाना पहले बदल सर जो मिसी है जैसे बहते ही भीड़ से होता भी नहीं काम
हाँ या ना है बेटा ही फिर ने वन बाय वन करके इतने मालूम तक जी कौन
सही है कितना है
10 मिनट 15 मिनट 15
सही तुम्हें टाइम स्टार्ट किए थे इस तक
15 मिनट
ये तो कब
सर साइड आईडी कौन है सर आईडी कौन है चेक करो तू जलाए उठी लाए लैंड इसका नता दे क्वेश्चन बाजी कॉल की करी
इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी डिस्टर्ब नहीं होती है
वाईफाई नहीं है क्वेश्चन बाजी था नेम हुआ हाँ हाँ सही
वाईफाई ऑन होते है ना
जी सर फेसबुक कितने देने हो बस इन्हें हर चीज़ देते चेक
लाइव
ना तो मैम जो तो वो बच्चे यहाँ पर बड़े सेव करने
हेलो मेरे मुख का
अच्छे तो महमूद अच्छे तो
लाइव है
तो सर सर हाँ खोल लूँ
इहा लिंक मां ऑफिशियल पेज लाइ शेयर करे छॾियां।
हले करे छॾियो सर, हले पई करी थी न वाईफाई बंदि कई अच्छा हले बस ठीक है
ये आवाज़ में सचे वीडियो में आवाज़ वीडियो में
चेक
जियो से लाइन तो यासिर पंहिंजे अकाउंट था कयो आहे।
ठीकु आहे।
सर हिन अञा बि एक्सेस कोन आयो आहे, नॉर्मल व्यू जो आहे अगरि
एज़ अ व्यूअर त ॾिसी हिन में बि शेयर कयो त मां हाणे ई कंदुसि।
अच्छा हिन में ईंदो न।
हा हिन में हाणे
अच्छा हाणे जेकर मां बंदि करे छॾियां त को मसइलो
को मसइलो न आहे, बसि सर हीअ हाणे मुंहिंजे मोबाइल जी ब्राइटनेस घटाए चार्ज हूंदो घणो करे।
सही पंज मिनट रखी स्पीच वरी हीअं थोरो मूव करे ताकि ऑडियंस बि कवर थिए वरी मेन फोकस जीअं मैडम अचे जिथे मैडम आहे न उहो फोकस उते ई रहंदो। ठीकु आहे जेके मैडम हेॾां थी अचे वरी लाइव
हाणे लैपटॉप पे मुंहिंजो मोबाइल तारो मोबाइल आउं थो खणी
मारो कर तो
हा मुंहिंजो मोबाइल तो वॾा लैपटॉप ते बसि महमूद आवाज़ अचे थी चेक कर आओ साउंड अचे थो वापस का शेयर कर हाँ ये लाइव में भेजने या काफी
यहाँ से बनाएगा वीडियो
मैम आएगी फिर घुमाएंगे हमने छा लैपटॉप में हाँ ये फेसबुक ते लाइव आहे मुंहिंजी आईडी लॻल आहे जी सर जी सर सर जी चेक करो लैपटॉप की ब्राइटनेस घटाए है किसी तरह सरकार की तरफ
वो मेरी बारी आएगी बाई चांस के बाद
सब हम अलग मुझे एड उधर वाला ना है सर जी सर
साईं मैडम अचे पई हिननि खे हाँ लाइव खोले आप या
Guys. Taruh bag. Maruh bag itu tu. Mana? Nama kita sih. Geldi. Evet.
Let's welcome our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Islamic, and our Chief Guest, Chairman of the Higher Education Commission, Professor Dr. Please give a huge round of applause to our worthy Vice Chancellor and our respected Chief Guest. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, who is the most magnificent and the most merciful. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The galaxy of intellectuals, worthy Vice Chancellor, Chief Guest, invited guests, teachers, presenters, participants, and my dear students. I, on behalf of worthy Vice Chancellor and GC family, welcome you all in closing ceremony. We are honored to have your presence today. Let's begin with the recitation of sublime verses from the Book of the Guidance, Holy Quran. I would request Hafiz Abdul Mohammed Manan to please come on the stage. Jazakallah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would request you all to please stand up for the national anthem.
Allah.
This is Mauritius women from Department of English Language and Literature. Aisha Farad, lecturer, Department of English Language and Literature. It is our pleasure to welcome you all in the closing ceremony of International Conference on Role of Mathematics and Allied Sciences for Sustainable Development, Bridging Industry and Academia. Now I request our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Tayyib Azari, Chairman, Sindh Higher Education Commission, Professor Dr. Tariq Rafi, Professor Dr. Bashir Ahmed, Dean Safa DHA University, Dr. Tariq Rahman, IOBM Rector, and Professor Dr. Syed Nisar Hussain Hamdani to have a seat on the stage. Now I request our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Tayyib Azari, to bestow her with her words and for the closing remarks. Let's welcome our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Tayyib Azari.
Esteemed guests, presenters, keynote speakers, head of the departments, deans, directors, scholars, teachers, faculty members, and very important dear associated students of Government University Hyderabad, and those distinguished guests who are sitting at the stage. Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah, it is a matter of great privilege that we are moving towards the closing ceremony of this 2 days international conference actually. As I yesterday said that Government University Hyderabad is actually its growing phase. But although even though we have the recognition, national and international recognition, I took over and joined as a licensor in March 2021. And we have started the journey with around 500 to 600 students, limited HR, and currently we have around 3,000 associates in our University of Hyderabad, and we have started with 8 programs, and currently we are offering BS in 18 programs under the umbrella of 4 faculties: faculty of natural sciences, social sciences, art and humanities, and computing. Not only the BS program, we are offering MPhil program in 7 disciplines and PhD program in 3 disciplines with a proper NOC of Higher Education Commission, Islamabad. And we have created our own programs from Higher Education Commission, Islamabad. We have won the 3 research projects by our faculty members from Higher Education Commission and Higher Education Commission, Islamabad. Currently, 3 ADP projects approved by the Government of Sindh, and inshallah, they will be completed successfully in this time. We have approved our master plan, and currently we have organized around 15 national and international conferences, and this is today's conference is one of them. Alhamdulillah, our QEC is ranked by Higher Education Commission Islamabad in a score 79.9 is to 80. We have organized our business idea expo at every time. And Alhamdulillah, in impact ranking, we are on top. And currently, Alhamdulillah, now Government College University Hyderabad is ISO certified university. Dear all, as we brought to a close on the 16th International Conference hosted by Government College University Hyderabad, Sindh, I am filled with a sense of gratitude and pride for the incredible journey we have undertaken together over the past 2 days. It has been a privilege to witness the exchange of ideas, the depth of scholarship, and the spirit of collaboration that has defined this conference. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our esteemed guests, session chairs, presenters, keynote speakers, international, national, international scholars, and especially participants and our students for sharing your research funding and experiences with us. Your dedication to advancing scholarship and fostering interdisciplinary dialogue has been truly inspiring. I also extend my gratitude to especially the Sindh Higher Education Commission for their kind support and funding, without which this conference was not happening possible. Their commitment and promoting academic excellence and research innovation is commendable. And we are grateful for their continuous support, and I'm really thankful to Sinhai Education Commission and the Chairman Sinhai Education Commission, Dr. Khalid, on the support. And inshallah it will be continue in the future as well. And our collaborative partners, if I'm not wrong, Newt and the Federal University as well. As we conclude the International Conference on Role of Mathematics and Applied Sciences for Sustainable Development, bridging industry and academia, together we have explored the pivotal role of mathematics and applied sciences in the driving sustainable solution. In closing, I would like to once again thank each of everyone of you for your invaluable contribution to the conference. And I hope that the Urdu University and Adobe provided a platform to the students, scholars to share their ideas, experiences, and research findings. And after my closing remarks, Professor Dr. Bashir gave us overview and the recommendation of this conference. And very important, I want to highlight and I want to appreciate my team and the committees who working day and night for the organizing of this international conference. And I want to announce the name of that committees and the focal person of that committees, especially the organizing committee, heading or focal person of Dr. Kamran Malik, who is also the principal investigator, as well as the international conference. Then finance committee by Mr. Hakim, and security committee, Director HR, Mr. Manju Yusuf, then the reception committee, Dr. Asif Bhatti, Dr. Adnan Malik, Dr. Rahman, and the others are there. Printing and technical affairs committee, Dr. Mushtaq Hussain, and other members. And the stage committee, Dr. Shahnawaz Saab, and Dr. Abdul Razak Saab, Dr. Shani Saab, Mr. Zaid and the others. Discipline committee, Dr. Al-Fidin Saab and Mr. Dr. Hussain Jafani Saab, and other members as well. The media committee are one and only public relations officer, Mr. Asal Saab, with our photographer, Mr. Anwar, and other members. Then the transport committee, Mr. Kabir, and his team. And the next is the accommodation committee, Dr. Kamran Malik and Mr. Tanveer from Utah, I think. And the food, very important other committee, food and refreshment committee, Dr. Abdul Razak Tariq Saab and Dr. Shahnawaz Saab and other members. And the IT committee is Dr. Bilal Saab and Sabir Nidin Saab, and the pledge visit committee, Dr. Mushtaq Sheikh Saab and the other members as well. The main organizing committees, obviously from the mathematics department, Dr. Kamran Malik, Dr. Mushtaq, and Dr. Ilyas, with the co-organizers from Dr. Shamli, Dr. Tanveer, and Dr. Asif Sheikh from Newt and from Federal University. And the paper review committee reviewed the papers on the 70 areas, because we have accepted the papers in the 56 in one area and 5 to 10 in second, and I think issues are give us this overview. So these are the committees and their members, because of the shortage of time, it's not possible to gather all the names of their members. So I really want to appreciate good luck, and keep it up and continue this in the future as well. And I would like to say that during these days, for all any inconvenience, I apologize to my guests and other speakers. And I'm really thankful to our chief guest of today's closing ceremony, Dr. Islam is there and always supporting to the universities, to the leadership of the universities, to help the members, and Higher Education Commission Sindh is dramatically performing their roles, and Bootstrap is team working day and night for providing the quality and providing the support to the academia and the leadership of the universities. All of you, thank you very much and safe travel.
Thank you so much, ma'am. For the conference overview, I will request Professor Dr. Bashir Ahmad, Dean, Safar THL University, Karachi.
I hope I'm audible there. Can you hear me? Thank you, Brother. First of all, let me offer my compliments to Vice Chancellor and the team of mathematicians and the leadership of Kamran to select such a unique topic for discussion, then organizing the national and international universities to gather large number of papers, and finally conducting this conference in the most befitting manner. Indeed, this is one of the most impressive conferences that I have attended and participated in this year. I think they all deserve the award. Mr. Chairman, sir, I am Dr. Bashir Ahmad. I am Professor of Mathematical Sciences with the passion of quantitative reasoning, sustainable development goals, and translating knowledge into competencies. And I'm here to present before you the overview of the conference. Basically, I will be highlighting what we planned, how we had gone through, what we had achieved, and what we plan to achieve in the time to come. This is a short overview of my presentation, which is right in front of you. Coming from the setting of the conference, with the purpose, theme, and the thematic areas, this was in a very brief the basic purpose of the conference. It was to provide a platform to the researchers to explore the significant role that mathematics and AI sciences can play in driving sustainable development, particularly in bridging the gap between academia and the industry. If you look at the three main pillars, it covers mathematics and AI sciences, industry, academia linkages, and ultimately culminating at sustainable development. And it covers all the main thematic areas, knowledge domains, application domains, and the outcome domain, which is basically what we look for in the sustainable development for the purpose of achieving SDGs in Pakistan. Okay, these focuses are 40 main themes are the topics for the papers which were floated. Here in this slide you can see main 6 thematic areas we selected, starting with pure mathematics and moving on to computer science mathematics. There were total 40 themes. If we divide those 40 themes into 6 main thematic areas, then becomes the ratio of themes thematic areas ratio 1 into 6.7, which is wonderful, which have been planned by the mathematics department. And they all deserve what I would say and exactly the technical expertise. Today, going on to the northern part of the conference, sir, it was a 2-day conference from the 6th to the 7th April 2024. The university received over 260 papers, all which is a wonderful volume, I would say. International scholars, they presented 141 papers which we selected. 60 papers were presented the first day. Later we had 81 papers presented. It was a mix of keynote speeches and paper presentations by scholars in an excellent mixed match method. Inaugural and keynote speeches they were conducted here in this hall. Paper presentations were held in parallel sessions, basically with four parallel sessions. All paper presentations were covered by session chairs and co-chairs. University maintained the record of all the papers for analysis. Academic and student staff reflected a perfect balance of approach that was having the integration of mathematics department, the supporting department was matched by the Vice Chancellor as well as the students. And this showed the strength of the university. Then students' participation in the conference have been very interesting. The conference proceedings have been recorded by the deputed faculty members, which speaks of professional output from the university. Paper recommendations have been noted, particularly for inclusion and analysis by the department. Sequence sequence, as organized, speaks of the professional human and devotion to the instrument department that is mathematics, and then a very soft leadership of the program who sit here, great and management, including all working hands from supervisors, and then of course the leadership of the Vice Chancellor of the university. And we are now attending the session of the conference. Analysis inside where I would like to stress it more time. Right, so this is basically four fundamentals when we want to sit down to analyze any academic session, including the conference seminar. It is basically volume of papers, integrated participation, thematic area coverage, analytical capacity, learning centricity, and if you select first letter of each word, this becomes vital, which is something which is very essential. Right, now covering these areas one by one, we received 260 papers selected for presentation, they were 41, that makes 54% of the total papers which we received, which is a beautiful combination. Papers cover all the themes on one or the other way. Now this slide shows the participation by the international and national researchers. Papers contributed with foreign researchers, they were 31, that contributed 2% of the total papers received. Papers contributed with Pakistan research program, that is 110, that makes 78%. Now this is the international integration, right? And then if you go on to the national one, in SIM we received 88 papers that made 80% obviously of the entire paper. From Punjab, it was 12 papers that makes 11%, AJK 5%, 5 papers. Gilgit, Baltistan, 2 papers, 1.5%, Islamabad, 2 papers, 1.5%, and KPK, 1%, we see 1 paper as 1%. Now this indicates the beautiful blend of integration of national and international universities. Now coming on to the contribution made by the foreign scholars, so there are 17 countries. We received papers from 17 countries, those 31 papers which are flashed in front of you. That makes 22% of the total papers. Now if we count on, if we count on to SDG reported countries which are 166, that makes 10.4% participation of international universities, and that's wonderful. In this year, this is my 6th conference I'm attending participation in different universities. It has never gone with more than 5%. This is 10.24% of the total SDG country that is 166 countries. I mean, they give the plan of the Now coming on to the thematic area coverage, that is standard fundamental, second standard fundamental. Total papers as you see 266, they divide by 6 main thematic areas, that becomes 43 papers per thematic area which we see, and we made a presentation of 141 papers, that makes 24 papers on an average per thematic area. Thematic area coverage range across all roles to have the knowledge of mathematics and understand it was 7 to 49%. With overwhelming mean values of 43, the probability of thematic area coverage is more than 80%. Right? Now coming on to the analytical capacity of learning simplicity, the reflection of modern knowledge, we have gone through the papers. Nowhere we have found the paper going, the references going beyond 5 years. All the papers, they reflect the new knowledge, not more than 5 to 10 years in the literature review. More than 80% papers reflect the parts of modern technology in our day-to-day lives. Mathematics and AI sciences have emerged as a behind-the-scene agent, what we call BSc, of modern computer and information technology. In the history of human knowledge, you all understand that no knowledge is stronger than the science of quantities, what we say mathematics and AI sciences. Numeracy scales, which is the very favorite subject we do in mathematics sciences, also would continue to dominate the knowledge domains of computing logic and drawing statistical inferences. Coming to the conclusions and recommendations, sir, I'm sure that we are remaining within the time. So this is what we must see. In fact, when we sit down to develop our academic programs, 4 fundamentals: livelihood, technique, venture, empathy, that is LIVE, life. Right? Education is basically to prepare an individual who is livable, who is living, who is a living being. It basically we say that education is a label us to do something for only this other livelihood, and we are good for the language. We all know knowledge, skill, fresh attitude, and perspective. Then we say that any kind of education should enable you to attain integrity, to self-awareness, what we say, knowing self, organizing self, and etc. The third pillar we say that education should enable you to not venture to research for freedom of choice and action that is self-organized and decision-making. And finally we say enables you to show empathy in itself and inspire others to the same, that what we call the collective role, progressiveness, and the notion of co-resistance. Now, keeping these fundamentals in mind, what we reflect from the conference that I will explain in the next slide. Basically, sir, if you look at the 3 main parts, one is the knowledge, skill, interpersonal attitude, professional attitude, that makes 6%, 60%, for example, we say, then translating this knowledge and competency to make 20%, and corporate sector application of this knowledge subsequently that make 20% again, and that keeps towards the sustainable development as needed there, then I would say, if you look at the first factor, ASI 60%, the university has achieved 100% results. If you look at the volume of papers, coverage of thematic areas, and the blend of national and international papers, you see that 100% rated. Congratulations. Now, what this speaks of the displayed knowledge and the research human, but we are left with 40%, and that is translated into competencies. The knowledge that we have displayed in this conference, that has to be translated into competency, that is 40%. We say that there is application in collaboration with the corporate sector that again is left on which we have to work. Right? So this is my recommendation also that come the team to the government, they must be working and go to 40%. Right? I will debate the team for 100% of 40%. Right? Then coming on to the next by conclusion and the recommendation is interacting with the government sector. You all understand our government sector is very fast. Now when you go and talk to them, when you want to collaborate with them, you got to be very clear, you have to prepare very well. Otherwise, in case you are not prepared, then you lose the confidence and then you cannot collaborate with them. Basically what we say, university we say, RIC, which is basically OREC office, research, innovation, virtualization. Now this is the job of the OREC, the office of the OREC. A concerned department like Dr. Kamna's department is working on ASIP, translated into competencies, and then the application of knowledge into industry. When these two hands, audit and the concerned department, they join at one point in time, that makes a sustainable development. Right? And the key to success is know your limits. Know what you can do right for the industry and know what industry needs. If you know these two things, you are the one of the most wonderful persons, most successful persons in the industry, academia, collaboration. The next is what we say IL principle. It is integration leadership principle. Integration is the two fundamentals when we sit down to go for the application of knowledge, and in particular, the application of knowledge in the corporate sector. Integration, you all know, understand, it is basically knowledge domain, subject expertise, and multiple organizations. Right? Remember, no one department can do a wonder. It has to be more than one competency. Maybe in your case, it is mathematics, computer science, and the business skills. Right? Similarly, subject experts of all the different domains, and then multiple organizations to select and then go forward. And in leadership, we say, in research also, think, decide, and act. This is an act of leadership, right? And this is how we go through it. Right? We try to create efficient managers, talented administrators, and passionate governors in the organizations. And that is possible with C3 items, we say, character, courage, competency, integrity. Right? And that is possible through a habit. I would refer to Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits, where he said that you make a habit, then the habit will make you. Right? So when we make a habit, the habit will make us, and then we can lead to that level of decision making and continue to make it in the society. Remember one thing, the knowledge is all application flow use. Right? And application of any knowledge brings out an outcome is gain of it. Right? It is knowledge, application, outcome. For gaining the knowledge, we have knowledge. These are the sustainable development, growth, again for, we say the education institutions, integration, leadership, growth state, IL principle stays there, right? Then these are the fundamental principles of integration of means and technology. Rest of the thing is understand the model, putting all hands to work, application of technology, national businesses. I'm very happy to see the two scholars who came from different universities. Yesterday, one from Azerbaijan, and the second was from Pakistan. They had wonderful ideas, and they can join hands with you to use collective knowledge. Right then is effective management, again through IL principle stays here. Human resource management, material resource management, natural resource management, which is one of the SDGs of the United Nations under the list of 17 SDGs. That is basically management of resources. Now if you want to, my next conclusion is that we should not stop here. The next step is go for the industry, academia, collaboration. Right? It is a two-way traffic, what we say, but remember, it is the university who has to take a step, not the industry. You have to do it. Focus on the academia has to be on different needs and market trends. Challenges we know, lack of trust and on capability, mismatch of learning and companies. That is possible when we get communication with the industry. Positive development. I appreciate the HEC, in particular, HEC initiated specifically on research funding. We are getting funding from the HEC also, and say that HEC is leading, as was mentioned by the Vice Chancellor also. And they are, I think, if you compare the other HECs, and they say that HEC is the leading HEC. Having a business will be very interesting, right? And then they join the university before that. Sport is coming from the same HEC. Right. Now, if you want to take an example, this is a slide show. Basically, I would say that go for the establishment of corporate advisory council. This is the corporate advisory council of my university, Safa University. What we do is that we hand over the chairmanship of the corporate advisory council to the corporate person. Like you can see that I am one of the members here, and this is the member of the corporate sector, and we do not launch any program without consulting the corporate advisory council. whether there is a change in the curriculum, change in the new subject, whether those are elected, we go with the consideration. Now, ultimately, what we want to achieve is basically 17 goals, sustainable development goals, where our focus is education. My focus is education. Right? So, because I see that if you put the education right, and the rest of the goals are going to be achieved automatically. Right? Now, if you look at this in the state of affairs, I mean, this is overall progress SDGs 2023, and you can see it level. I mean, this green that really shows the progress, and there is no progress. And if you specifically focus on the SDG 4, which is shown with the red arrow, and you find 33% is unknown, 33% low progress, and 33% no data as well. Versus the SDG 4, that is education, that we need to work on. Again, these are the, you can see the states in Pakistan. We are 128 out of the list of 166 countries with SDG with a score of 58.97. I have particularly referred to India, Bangladesh also, and Saudi Arabia also. Bangladesh is 101, India is 112, Azerbaijan is better than us, it is 53. Right, and then we said we need to work on that. And here are the indicators. Because for all the 17 SDGs, there are 169 indicators those are to be achieved. As an SDG 4, there are 10 indicators, and this takes not very good. That you can see here. So that's what also. Thank you very much. I'm so grateful for if you have a question.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I, on behalf of the entire GC family, request our honorable chief guest, Professor Dr. Tariq Rafi, Chairman and Higher Education Commission, to please come on the stage and deliver a few words to the audience. Let's welcome Professor Dr. Tariq Rafi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Professor Vice Chancellor, College District, all the honorable guests on the stage, faculty, guest speakers, all those who have worked hard to make it a success, and dear students. I am really honored to be here today at this university for a very important research project that we have undertaken. There is a role of mathematics and allied sciences for sustainable development and building industry and activity. Very well informed to us in the review that Bashir what the role has played, its purpose has played, and what the great success it has been. Out of the papers that they have invited, 141 papers were selected on the season. It should be a high level of consideration of papers to be standard of a paper that have been presented. And the very important thing that was to be noted is when 50% of those papers were foreign papers. And I'm really grateful also to those foreign participants who took the time out by joining either on Zoom or by two of them who have come personally to attend this conference. This interaction between the international community and your university will definitely boost your progress in the future and will make you come on the international stage. Very well review given by Dr. Bashir in letting us know that how better and how good it was this conference, the effect it has produced on improvement in different fields. So, the university has run 18 programs, they also run a PS program along with the MPhil program. For a new university that has just come over 3 years ago, this is a great achievement. And I have been witness to this, that I have been a vice chancellor myself just 3 years back in a medical university. And for 8 years, 9 years, I stayed in HCC. I know how difficult it is because I also established a university from a medical college. There was no medical college. There was only one medical college in Amsterdam University. If you come and sit in a seat where a university is very well established, It's all running, and you just have to guide it and don't have to work for establishment. It's difficult, it's a different task. But when you are given a task to bring a university out of a college, and that is a very, very difficult task. There are no departments, for example, admission department, you don't have an audit, you don't have a QC, you don't have administration, HR department. Everything has to be established. That is something that requires a lot of efforts to be put in. A great teamwork is required to do that, because one person can't do all this. It is really heartening and very encouraging to see what your university has done over the last 3 years. And I'm really pleased to know all the facts that have been presented today by Dr. Bashir regarding to this conference that we have given. One of the major things that I have always been emphasizing is universities, the main role is research. And that research should not be something, should be disconnected from your own problems. Doing a research on a topic which does not quantify or does not qualify for your own problems stands alone. It's a waste of time and waste of money. We have been funding research in all the universities, both public and private. But unfortunately, I was telling your Vice Chancellor, the majority of these conferences, they end up with the recommendation in the shelves of the university. They do not see the light of a practical application. There is no improvement in anything done of these research or these conferences unless we see what is the impact of that on what we have done. And what is the basic thing that is the linkage between academia and the industry? What type of research is done? I was just talking about the that the recommendations should be put in writing to us. We have been sponsoring these research, and we will put these recommendations of yours to the people who are there at the help of their peers, who can manage it and who can apply it and utilize that information. So it can be put to the government that these are the recommendations of this conference, and we hope that you will accept these recommendations and you will utilize these recommendations for the betterment of the different fields that these conferences are getting. But if a conference is held, recommendations are just placed in a shelf and not put forward, and no utilization is done of that, it is just a waste of time and money. I was just telling him that last year when I visited the UK, we went to the universities like one skill university. In those skill universities, the students, after 1 or 2 years of the theoretical classes, goes to the industry practical. And they work in the industry, that time industry is taken as the credit hours, it's not resident. And then they come back and appear in the examination. So those students are very well familiar with the practical and practical applications of what theoretically they have been taught. Unless a mechanical engineer has gone to a motor or a bike factory and has seen how a piston works, or a piston is fitted, or an engine is fitted, it's no use reading it in a newspaper or reading it in a book. I'm being a doctor myself. In our case of medicine, our students for 5 years, they study in the classroom for 2 years. After 2 years, they move to the hospital. The next 3 years, a medical doctor is spending his time with the patients. He's spending his time in the operation theatre, in an emergency, in a radiology, in a laboratory, where he's learning his skills by himself, where he's auscultating, he's palpating, he's doing and looking at the patient themselves and looking at the disease. This is a practical learning. And once they finish it, after 5 years, they do a house job. That house job brings them much closer to the practical learning under the supervision of the professors, assistant professors. They operate, they do different procedures, and that is how when they come out of the house job, they are fully trained to perform, to go out and work. And that is what is required. It is not only this that we should learn theoretically. Doing theoretically is the basis of everything. But that theoretical application should transform into a practical application. Unfortunately, the disconnect between academia and industry has resulted that we are producing graduates, we are producing students who after passing the exam find it very difficult to find jobs. The industry needs people, but they don't need what we are producing. So we have to sit down with the industry, look for what they require, ask them what will happen, modify and tailor our curriculum according to our industry requirements. Nobody should, whatever curriculum is given to you is basically a minimal requirement. Anything that you can add over it is a cherry on the cake. Nobody is stopping you from adding anything on it. So if you sit down with the industrial people, ask them what they need and make it a part of the curriculum so that when the students graduate and go out, they will know what is the requirement. Industry will be very accepted. Similarly, I have been requesting all the universities that they should invite the university, the industry leaders as professors in practice. Let them come to your university as professors. Let them give lectures to your students. Let them, your students have a feel of what the industrial people are thinking about. And also at the same time, those industry people who are coming in as a professor, they will have an ownership of the university. They will own it because they have given them the status of professor in practice. They will be the one who will be supporting you to work on all this. And this is all what is required. If we are not following this, we are not letting our knowledge be converted into a practical thing, unfortunately all these efforts of yours, mine, and everybody, along with the resources that we are utilizing, will be going down the drain. So my request to all the faculty members here and also to the Honorable Vice Chancellor is that candidate utilize the resources according to the need. And you see the need is not the same throughout, it's not a blanket need. Hyderabad has got a different genetic or different geographical makeup. It's different from Karachi. You can tailor-make it according to your requirement. It's more of an agriculture city, close to its agricultural places. You can do things which are more applicable. In Karachi, you can do things which are more applicable to the students or industries in Karachi. But the point is that there should be an understanding between the India and the industry. And this bridge, we are here at HEC to bridge this gap. We are having at the end of May start a program. We have invited all the universities in the city. Last year in this program we had more than 400 startups from different universities came up. We invited the industry people, they came up, and then some of the startups were taken up by them, they were patented, and then they were used. Again, we are going to say at the end of May, the third week of May, and request your university to encourage the students to bring up with their innovative ideas, bring those innovations to the, we are raising an expo center in Karachi. We have invited the industry, all of the major industry leaders will be there to look at it, maybe some of them can be eye on your program, they will conceptually benefit from that. At the same time, we have also requested the industry that should be encouraging this. And we are working on a plan when the industry will be accepting students from different universities, for example, textile college, उसके बच्चे textile industry में जाएं, learn how spinning is done, how weaving is done, see through their own eyes, feel it, and for that they will be given an honorarium or an internship of 6 weeks to 8 weeks, maybe extending to 6 months. So then when they come back, they will have a practical knowledge about it. Similarly, we have made MOU with Toyota, Kia, Honda. So those students who are from a mechanical department of engineering university can go to each factory, see how it is being done, so that when they come back, they have a practical knowledge. And then I say that I'm really grateful to all of you for inviting me to be here. I'm grateful to Deva for making me. And then I can assure you that Civic Society is there to promote, to encourage, and to support you in all your endeavors. Anything that you do which requires any support from Civic Society, we are not going to sit idle on things, we are trying to push you. We are there to encourage you. And I think that you must have felt in the last few years that I've always been trying to bring out a few things, bring out changes in the thinking of rather than, it's not a bureaucratic department and you have to write a letter to us or send us anything. This is immediately respond. The first thing that I did was that whatever recurring grant we were getting, we are now transferring it directly into your account without you taking a hassle to come to us previously being done to get your check. The day we receive, we do it. And even the time at the end of quarterly finish, before the quarter finishes, we start moving the finance department so that we receive the recurring grant as soon as possible. And we hope that all these efforts that you are doing, we are doing, has an impact. And who is the beneficiary? The beneficiary are the students and the province as a whole. This is what our motto and our objective is. And I'm thankful once again for giving me this opportunity. Pakistan, Bangladesh.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Tayyaba Zarif, to please step forward and present souvenir and shield to our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Tariq Rafi, Chairman, Higher Education Commission.
I just want to add that I really appreciate especially the working of the volunteer who are working over there, the students of this youth club, and good work.
लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग पे चेंज करना है 2014 हो गया 24 करना है या आप किसी को मोबाइल दो डालें
Now I request Professor Dr. Tariq Rafi, Chairman, Higher Education Commission, to present shield to our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Tayyaba Zarif. Now, I request our worthy Vice Chancellor to present shield to Professor Dr. Bashir Ahmad, Dean Safar DHA University, Karachi. I request Professor Dr. Tariq Rafi, our Honorable Chief Guest, to present sheet and certificate to our keynote speaker, Farman Ali Shah. I also request Professor Dr. Shaheen Abbas to receive shield. I also request Dr. Shoaib Khan to receive shield. I request our Honorable Chief Guest to present cultural gift to Professor Dr. Tariq Rahim Sumru. IEEE Rector, Adobe. Now I request Professor Dr. Syed Nisar Hussain Hamdani to receive cultural gift. Thank you. Please have a seat. Now, for the vote of thanks, I would like to request Dr. Mushtaq Hussain to please step forward for vote of thanks.
It's my privilege and honor to say thanks to all the dignitaries, especially starting from the most important chief guest, our chairman, SIND, Professor Dr. Hadith, recipient of this Pehliyan. Sir, we are very glad that you are gracing this occasion, and more importantly, I came to know that this is the second time that your SIND is fully funded. So, sir, we are very thankful that this conference also got a fully funded. And we hope in future your cooperation and your support will also. Sir, thank you so much, sir. It is also important to highlight our body Vice Chancellor, because it is not possible for us to conduct such a huge event without her support, encouragement and guidance. So, it is my honor to thank Professor Dr. Bashir Ahmed, Professor Dr. Hamdani and actor IOM, Professor Dr. Tariq Suno for gracing this occasion as well. Sir, it is most importantly, it is very important to say thank you to the staff of the show. For me, the staff of the show were all the keynote speakers, the presenters, because without their overwhelming contribution, this event was not possible. So, from the heart, I am very thankful, and I hope that you will always, whenever we try to conduct a conference, you will always lead us. I also like to take this opportunity to say, if any inconvenience from our part, if you go through that, I felt very sorry for that, and I hope that you forgive me and my team for that. Last but not least, it is very important to say thank you to all my team, all my students, and especially the non-teaching staff of this university who work day and night to make this event a successful. I once again like to thank all of the dignitaries, my colleagues, my fellow students, and all my non-teaching staff. Sir, thank you all, and God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Lastly, I request our honorable chief guest, our worthy Vice Chancellor, keynote speakers, and all invited guests to come forward for a group photo.
लेफ्ट वाला कम करेंगे पूछे ना सर से शटर क्यों ऐसे मैं से यहाँ स्टॉप कर दो कर दी हाँ